Hey, it's Mark Strigl, and I am joined by legendary vocalist, four-time Grammy nominee, founding member of Saliva, Josey Scott. How are you, man?
What's up, Mark? How are you doing?
I'm good, and I'm psyched to talk to you, man. I've been following your career. I mean, I lost track of you, I'll admit, for a little bit, and we'll talk about that period. But so psyched you're back. Two new songs, which I think are rocking. They bring me back to your classic days with Saliva. A song called "Who" and "Famous." Let's talk about how these came about. You worked with a pretty significant dude on these songs. Can you tell me about how these songs came about and who you worked with on them?
Yeah, I recorded them in Nashville with my dear friend DJ Scatterbrains. He is sort of a Nashville legend, as far as producing wise, and he's also Struggle Jennings and Jelly Rolls DJ.
Right,
Um,
right.
just incredible musician, an incredible DJ, and an incredible producer and songwriter as well. Um, and we just became fast friends when I did a song with Struggle about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. And we've been together ever since. And we just kind of hit it off and, just one of those people we totally that totally gets you and you totally get them. We just had that sort of brotherly love right off the bat and became really close. And now I come up to Nashville and hang out with him in his in-home studio, and we record. We've sort of purged all these ideas that I've had over the years, because I've never stopped writing songs. I don't think it's a choice, just like a painter paints. I don't think songwriting is a choice. I just continually did. I call it the radio in my head,
Right.
it just plays. And he's helped me, thank God, to uh, purge those demons out. Sometimes they're demons and sometimes they're angels, but he's helped me get a lot of that out.
Right on. So it sounds like, I mean, we've gotten two songs from you, which again sound great, but it sounds like maybe there's more on the way. Am I
Oh,
getting that right?
Oh, absolutely. I just finished two more tracks with ScatteredBrains this past weekend in Nashville, and we have previously had three in the can anyway. So, I mean, I'm four songs away from having an album ready. So the next time I go down there, I'm gonna, and we already have pretty much the bare bones of those songs recorded. We have them demoed up. We just haven't done the final, polished, little spit shine that you do onto your recordings, so that they're album ready. But yeah, we'll have an album worth of material in no time. I'm really
Wow.
excited.
Yeah, very exciting. And is there like a specific band that you have in place for the album and the upcoming tour, which we're going to talk about, or is that TBD?
To be announced, of course. We're just sort of playing it by ear right now. We're not getting in a hurry. I think that's where a lot of artists tend to make mistakes because we're artists. Anytime we're hurried to do something, we start to make mistakes. Or for me personally, that's been the case. So
Right.
I like to take my time. I like, just like you get into a hot jacuzzi, I like to take my time, one leg at a time, one arm at a time, getting into the water. And, I think, as the commercial said when we were kids, no wine before it's time.
Right on, right on. So obviously we're coming up on a real big anniversary for an album that we love. Every 6 seconds by Saliva, an album that not only did you sing on, but you wrote those classic tunes, and you are going to be going out and celebrating this big 25-year anniversary next year. Will it be, let's talk about what people can expect. Will it be the entire album from start to finish that you're going to perform, or what's
Yeah,
happening in this tour next
yeah,
year?
that's the plan.
Okay.
Every 6 seconds was such iconic record for myself and for the rest of the guys in Saliva. And Wayne Swinny, God rest his soul, I would like to continue to uh, pay tribute to him, not just lyrically, but by honoring those songs that we wrote together back in the day, and honoring those solos that he played. My guitar player, Ben Hosterman, is a huge Wayne Swinny fan and is honored and just wants to give glory to those Wayne Swinny solos, note for note. And he's the guy, the only other guy that I've found that is capable of doing that, because Wayne, there'll never be another Wayne Swinny. There'll never be another iconic guitar player like Wayne Swinny that will be able to just riff those solos off like he was, eating breakfast. It was just so easy for him. He made it look so easy. And I spent so many years on the road with him before Saliva and during Saliva, and became close. We used to call each other the Toxic Twins, the sequel.
Okay.
Um, but Wayne Swinny was and is a very dear friend of mine. We celebrate his birthday coming up on Friday, on Halloween night. Halloween was his birthday, his big famous birthday, and we celebrate that every year. Um, with a broken heart now because he's gone, but I believe he's in a better place where he's not in pain anymore and he's not struggling to breathe anymore. Wayne was a sufferer of chronic asthma, and I'm thankful that he's in a better place. You know, according according to my faith, I believe he's in a better place where he's not struggling anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for that.
And Wayne obviously was, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was the one original member in left in that band up
Mm-hmm.
until his death in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Were you still in touch with him at that point prior to his death?
Yeah, we had spoken a lot over the years, and he had called and invited me to play Blue Ridge with him, the Blue Ridge Music Festival, which thank God that happened, because I believe that was a total universe thing, because we were able to spend um, that that time on stage together, and who knew it was going to be the last time that we
And
would
that
ever
was what you
play.
did, 3 songs with them that
Hmm.
day, or yeah.
Yeah, I did the encore that day with Wayne Swinny, and it was just an honor to play. On my personal Facebook page, um, the headliner thing is me standing in front of the crowd that day, and me and Wayne got some beautiful pictures taken together that day. And it just shows how short and fragile life is. You never know when it's going to be the last time that you're gonna get to tell somebody you love them, or tell somebody uh, how much they mean to you, or get to hug them or kiss them. You never know when it's going to be the last time. So it's just put life in a new perspective for me. Losing my son to COVID in 2021, and losing Wayne Swinny uh, as well, has just really put everything into perspective for me. I never uh, separate from my children or my wives or my band members or my friends without hugging and and kissing them and telling them that I love them and how much they mean to me every single time, because you never know.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. I know you've been through some loss and always I feel for you. My deepest condolences. And
Thank you.
I guess circling back, and I don't want to make this whole interview about Wayne, but after that reunion that you had with him on stage, obviously, the rumors were really out there that okay, maybe Josey's coming back to Saliva. And was there talk between you two guys about maybe that happening? I
Yeah,
mean, you don't,
we had
I mean, if it's private and you don't want to go into it, I get it, but I mean, it's
no,
something that
for
we've
sure.
wondered about.
No, for sure. We had talked about doing a reunion tour with the original rhythm guitar player Chris DeValdo and the original bass player Dave Novotny and the original drummer Paul Crosby. We had talked about that for sure. But because of, how do I say this, creative differences that weren't between the five of us, um, we weren't able to accomplish that. And I'll just leave it there.
Okay. Okay. So regardless of Saliva still kind of being out there with none of the guys who played on every 6 seconds, you're going to be out there owning that release, celebrating for us on the live stage, and we will be celebrating with you. I cannot wait for this tour in 2026. Where are you going all over? It's a headlining tour. What any details you can share?
We're gonna go all over. We're gonna do all the touring that we can. Obviously, in the United States, we have some plans to go over to Europe. Uh, you know, every show, few, far or near, we're gonna play every show we can. We like to be on the road, and we like getting to the opportunity to honor this music. And the fans have been so receptive to this, and uh, sort of missed getting to hear this music from the original person that sang those songs. Um, it's one thing to hear someone honor your music by covering your music, as the guys in what they call Saliva are doing now. That's all fine and good, but I I just I like being able to give this music to the people with the original voice that sang it in the studio. I think it means something different to those fans out there that are real Saliva fans, and sort of this music was a huge part of their childhoods, a huge part of their high school years, their college years. Maybe they were just starting out, they were just getting married. It's a huge part of people's younger lives, and uh, they love getting to experience that again. And we're the more we play, and especially releasing new music, the fans are getting younger and younger, and we're seeing kids now at the shows, and a lot of different age groups of young people at the shows, which is an honor in itself too,
Awesome. I
to
love hearing that.
especially at 50 years old to get
Yeah.
to still play to the young kids, and put something out that's relevant to their ears is totally humbling and an honor for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's an honor for us fans that you're bringing this music to the stage, and as you mentioned, I mean, I mean, you sang the music, you wrote it, but in some ways, we feel like it's our music too because it's the soundtrack
100%.
for our
100%.
younger lives. Yeah,
100%.
yeah. All right. So I did want to just revisit. I mean, we're talking about that classic album. I'd love for just to maybe hit upon three songs. If you can share any memories of maybe writing them, recording them, any thoughts they bring to your mind. Let's start with
Oh, I love it.
Superstar. Superstar, the lead off cut.
Superstar. Superstar was a song that we wrote early on, when we were just starting to get turned down by every record label there was out there. And then Island Def Jam had come along finally, and the record deal was in sight. The lawyers were going back and forth negotiating it. I remember the first time I heard my manager say, "Well, we just sent the record label the deal back, and we're negotiating what the deal's going to be." I was like, "What? Why did you do that? You're going to end up screwing this up." He goes, "No." He goes, "Hold up, Josey." He goes, This is how these things go. They come back with numbers. We come back with numbers. They come back with numbers. We come back. I was so young and green. I didn't even know that was a thing. I just thought they were going to screw up our record deal. But Superstar was something that we wrote early on in the sort of pre-production stages of Every 6 Seconds, when we were really hungry and just, still, all of us were still broke and still didn't have cars or houses, nothing like that. We were, and it was really sort of a warning about what that life can entail. And in the song, if you read the lyrics in the song, the guy sort of goes so far in his lust for fame and fortune that he ends up basically suiciding himself with drugs and alcohol, which wasn't far from where we were headed as a band. Further on down the road, we were sort of predicting our own fate, because I don't think anybody is prepared for fame,
Right.
and it's there should be some kind of class that they give at those record companies to teach young bands. They had a class they sent us to teach us how to deal with the press. I think they should have a class that they send you to teach you how to deal with fame and
Right.
having a large amount of money for the first time. So, of course, when we had a little bit of fame and money thrown in our lap, we went hog wild. We were like, drinks are on us,
Right.
and Superstar was just about the sort of ins and outs of how critical and how devastating and dangerous fame can be.
I gotcha.
A slippery slope it is.
Right on. We're talking with Josey Scott, the classic voice of Saliva, about some of those classic tunes that he did with the band. Let's go
Yes, sir.
to Your Disease. Any memories of maybe that coming together? Thoughts on that song?
I remember being in the studio, and we'd come up with the hook of that song with the we kind of come up with it with the original drummer in the band, Todd Poole, who was the lead singer of a band called Roxy Blue back in the day, and incredible songwriter as well. And we had kind of come up with that riff there in the home studio of Todd Poole, and then later on we'd sussed it out in Ardent Studios with Bob Marlette doing pre-production for the album. And that song was I remember writing the lyrics to that song and being really self-conscious about them. And I went out to my car and broke out my little green notebook, and I started to write down some ideas. And I came in and I was telling my girlfriend at the time, I was like, this is either amazing or this is the goofiest thing I've ever wrote. And I sort of read it to the guys, and they were like, dude, get in there and sing that.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, all right, here goes nothing.
So that quick after writing the lyrics, you were in the booth singing it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Wow. Every time we wrote an idea that ended up being great, like Click Click Boom, wrote it in 5 minutes, literally in my bedroom at my mother's house.
Wow.
Just 5 minutes.
Right on. Well, yeah, that was the next song I was going to ask you about. Click Click Boom. Such a massive song. Just, I mean, for the band, really, in a lot of ways,
Thank
helped
you.
put you guys on the map. I mean, that's the tune I discovered you guys with, and just thankful you're going to be playing those classic tunes again live in 2026. And you know what? A couple other songs that I just quickly want to ask you about. Rest in
Sure.
Peace, kind of an interesting song. Not on Every 6 Seconds. That was on Back Into Your System, a tune written, co-written at least by Nikki Sixx and Motley Crue. Any how did he come into the fold with that song for you guys?
Well, I had, uh, I had told the record label, I was like, it's been my dream to meet my idol, Nikki Sixx. He was like my idol growing up. Him and Ace Frehley from Kiss were just the embodiment of what I believed a rock star was. And I just wanted to meet him so bad. I told the record company, I said, they said, if there's anything, they told us if there's anything you guys need or want, just let us know and we'll try to make that happen. And I was like, I want to meet Nikki Sixx. I want to meet Nikki Sixx. And one day I was sitting there with my son Cody that passed away there in Memphis, Tennessee, at my mother's house, and the phone rings, and I picked up the phone, and he goes, "Hey, this is Nikki Sixx," and I was like, "What?" I
Wow.
was just freaking out. So we talked on the phone. First time we talked was for like 2 or 3 hours. We became fast friends. We talked all about the rock stars that we loved, like Bowie and Jagger and um, Steven Tyler and growing up watching those guys. And I talked about having posters of him on my wall since I was 12 years old. And we talked all about songwriting and song structure and what we loved about songs, what we didn't love about the music, the type of music that we wrote. And he goes, "Hey man," he goes, I've had this song sort of on the back burner for a while now." And I said, "What's the title?" Because the title just, I love titles. Like,
Yeah.
I'll give a song a title even when I don't have anything. I'll name it something. And I said, "What's the title?" He goes, "Well, it's called Rest in Pieces." I was like, "Dude, I want to do that song. Sight unseen. I don't even need to hear it. I want to do that song."
You just knew
So
by the title.
100%. And he goes, "Well, I'll send it. I'll send you the demo, and you tell me what you think." And it was a song that he had written with his partner, who's the singer of 6 a.m., John Michael, and he sent that demo to me in Memphis, and I just fell in love with the song. And we recorded it, and he even came out and did the video with us while we were in Los Angeles. And I finally got to meet my idol, and I got to ride around with him in his '57 Chevy, and it was just a dream come true, man.
Right on.
Meet
One
Nikki
more song
Sixx.
question, and then we'll start to wind it down here. But
Sure.
you did a tune called Hero, which was really successful, and it was with Chad Kroeger. I say Kruger, right? Some people say Kroeger. Kruger, I believe, of Nickelback. Memories of doing that song. The music video was quite popular too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, just wonderful memories with Chad doing that song. Went up to Vancouver. Um, Leor Cohen, the CEO of Island Def Jam at the time, who's the head of uh, YouTube Music now, uh, he put us together, and he said, "I want you to go up to Vancouver and see what, see if you and Chad Kroeger from Nickelback can put your heads together and see what you guys come up with." And that was again something that was done in 5-10 minutes. There in a little studio room in Vancouver with Chad. And he was just the most gracious host. I'd never been to Vancouver, just being a country boy from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I he showed me the town, man, and I just have wonderful memories of getting to hang out with Chad and the guys from Nickelback. And the video was incredible. To we did it on green screens, and they built that rooftop, that New York City rooftop, inside an airplane hangar there at
Oh,
the
okay.
Vancouver airport, and just the best memories of getting to hang out with Chad. He loves sushi like me. We're both sushi lovers, so he took me to all the best sushi places. It was amazing.
Cool. Cool. And obviously for some people, I know you've been back now a number of years, rocking us on the live stage, but there was a period in time where some of us kind of lost track of you after you left Saliva, which what was that? Was that 15, 14 years ago or so?
Yeah, it was in 2000. I left the band in 2010,
Okay.
and my my first daughter was born, and she had some difficulties when she was born. They didn't think she was going to live. She was born with amniotic pneumonia, and so you know it was my first little girl. Not that it matters what gender the baby is, but it was, having three boys in a row, and then having my first little girl. I just was just so excited, to have a little baby girl, and then to almost have her taken from us was just sort of like, I believe it was the universe was trying to get my attention. I was pretty unhealthy at the time. I was, you know, way far gone on drugs and alcohol at the time, and needed to get my life together, and needed to straighten up my life. And uh, I don't regret it for anything in the world. I needed to take a break from the band, and so that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I didn't I did not abandon them. I did uh, not give them a big wind up of a notice of my
Yeah.
plans. All that is false. Uh,
Okay.
I was very honest with them about the plans for my departure, and we left on, or I left on good terms with them. Anybody who tells you any different is just lying. They're just flat
Okay.
foot lying. But we left on good terms, and you can tell by the way we kept in touch with each other. All five of us over the years kept in touch with each other, and um, celebrated each other's accomplishments. Where I was more than happy to see them uh, go on without me and do their thing, man. Because I believe that's what a true friend does. A true friend celebrates you,
Yeah.
even when it has nothing to do with you. Um, and I was very proud for them. But I just had to take a break and straighten out my own side of the street, and uh, the save my marriage, and save my children's father. I didn't want my children to be fatherless, and grow up without a dad. And I just needed to take a break and get my life together. And I don't regret 1 second of that decision, because I did get to accomplish that. And now my children are almost grown. They're, 19 and 14 and 10 years old. Well, some of them are half of them are grown, but the other
Yeah.
half are still kids. But um, I don't regret that decision at all.
As you shouldn't, in my opinion. It sounds, I mean, I
100%.
totally, as a fellow dad, I totally get that. I mean, family first, and so glad that you're back rocking us with not only the classics, but new music. I mean, this is very
Yeah.
exciting. You look healthy, you sound healthy, and I'm happy for
Thank you.
that too, man. So keep doing
Thank
what
you,
you're
brother.
doing, and come. I know you played in Jersey. Oh, a while back, but it was a pretty long haul from my house. I'm up here by New York City, and we'd love to get you back in this area, hopefully in 2026.
Absolutely. I would love to be back in that area. I love New York City, man. I have a deep spot in my heart for New York City.
Right on. All right, Josie. Well, thanks so much. I do appreciate it. Thanks to your man Dean for setting this up. and I'll let him know as soon as it's posted, which will be soon.
Thank you, Mark.